Ribeiro-Addy.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. This morning I was able to visit a school in my constituency, the Harris Academy, Clapham, and I had the opportunity to speak to young people about their mental health challenges, and during lockdown meet Mabel, the cockadoodle support dog, and find out more about what they're doing during their wellbeing week. Now, this is one of the few schools fortunate enough to provide on-site counselling services, not just to children but their parents and teachers where needed, through the organisation Place to Be, the founders of Children's Mental Health Week. But even in schools like this, it's simply not enough to meet the demand. And the schools that are able to offer this take it upon themselves, stretching already slashed pupil premiums, or sometimes funding from their local authorities, again, whose funding has been severely cut. But there is no dedicated funding from the government, specifically for them to provide this at this moment in time. Now, the reality is that we do not currently have the capacity to treat the rising levels of mental health issues because this government simply won't invest in it. Between 2010 and 2015, spending on children's mental health services fell by nearly 50 million. That's more than 6% in real terms. And the early intervention grant, which was originally set at 2.79 billion for 2010 to 2011, has since been cut by almost 1 billion. Now, listening to the Minister speak earlier, I was reminded by something that my honourable friend, the member for Luton South, was saying to me next week. If someone has £10 and you take that away from them and you give them one back, don't expect them to be grateful. But that's exactly what this government seems to do every single day. It cuts austerity, real terms cuts, privatisation that ends up costing more and delivering less, all mixed in for extra measure, and that is the complete sum of this government's economic policy. In the 6th largest economy in the world, every crisis in public services, including this mental health crisis, is a political choice. And at the moment, we're seeing that nearly 1,500 children a week are presenting with mental health problems, while specialist services turn away 1 in 4 children referred to them, with around 75% of young people experiencing a mental health problem being forced to wait so long that their condition is worsened, or that they don't actually receive any treatment at all. Now, all members right across the House will no doubt agree that our mental health services are as important as our physical health, so why don't we treat them that way? Whilst various announcements actually do sound good on paper, they're all going to be completely tokenistic if they're not combined with systematic support. There has to be long-term investment in mental health and education, and the focus can't be solely on training teachers who are there to teach. They need specialist services. Now, we're seeing that £1 intervening, for every £1 spent intervening early, there's a cost saving to individuals in society of £6.20. At the moment, there's so much pressure on all of our services. Preventive support is obviously the most cost-effective way to target funding, and it's vital if we're going to tackle the spiralling mental health crisis that we see right across the country.